Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to install a Linux Debian LiveCD, and additionally we're going to add Podman. Podman is an open source container engine used to build, run and manage containers, similar to Docker, but without requiring a central daemon like Docker. In simple terms, Podman lets you run containers, build container images, manage pods, which is a group of containers, and work rootless. No root privilege requires to run the containers. One of the key differences between Podman and Docker is daemonless, rootless containers, Docker compatibility CLI, and Kubernetes friendly. People like it typically because it's a better security model, it's great for enterprise Linux environments, especially Red Hat ecosystems, and works well on servers and dev environments. It's a good fit for automation and CI/CD. So let's get started. It's going to be Podman. The host machine is going to be a Debian distribution, which is going to be running in a LiveCD, minimum memory. The recipe we're going to be using is similar to the one in my previous video, the build your own Debian bold side LiveCD, in this case with Docker, but we're going to replace Docker with Podman. This is going to be using the same script, very agnostic, very generic, very solid project. Has a lot of good reviews on that one. I want to just follow step by steps all this recipe. It's going to be hosted on VirtualBox. I wish the VirtualBox be accessible right now. I have to go back in Time Machine and kind of show with the VirtualBox, but that's the engine I'm using to virtualize for now. This is going to be in a host Xubuntu. It's a Xubuntu operating system, the one's virtualized. And this video is recording with ShareX in a portable edition. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm on a Linux machine right now, and this is actually on a directory cat. If I do screen fetch, you'll be able to see that is the Xubuntu machine. Wow, that doesn't look good. Xubuntu machine, and I'm on my home directory. The directory is empty at this time, so let's go ahead and get started. Basically the same thing as the project. We want to go back, and the game plan on this one is going to be on Podman, Debian, GitHub, Xubuntu, get ShareX. We're going to follow the same script of my previous repo. DenOS get Red Hat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, easy peasy. But in the part 3, we're going to install additionally the Podman and overlays. At the end, we're going to be able to demonstrate that this works. So the DenOS get started. We can show a rock command. This one is the only thing we need. It's very generic. It's been there for quite some time. We can get wget on that file. We can chmod 755 on that one and run it. And basically what that does is actually going to go ahead and get everything that is on the website and just wget on whatever we need. Wget is a requirement to run the script. Once it's done, it's very agnostic. It's been there for quite some time. You can do probably a git clone. It's going to be the same thing. And you see that actually goes there and gets the permissions and everything ready. So that's step number 1. Basically, if you notice the project, we have number files from 01, 02, 03, 04, and 5. That's all we need. One of the things we need to do is the DenOS config. I can do DenOS config on file. I want to call my host name. I'll call Deno. Everything else is fine. I can just leave the distro name DenOS version 1.0. That's fine. Another thing that I like to probably modify when I run the script tree, just the basic vanilla, I like to create a live user with a live password. That's all I want to do. That's all. So I can do sudo 01 get started, and then it's going to actually go there and get the prereqs, whatever is the prereqs to install. Most likely all the prereqs going to be okay in this machine because I run this before, and I don't think it's going to be any need for go ahead and do any updates. So in my case, everything, as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. For your case, you might just install some of the dependencies. My next instructions will be script 02 5.0.1.0.2, which is the DenOS Bootstrap. The DenOS Bootstrap basically is going to be just like if you install Linux from scratch, you notice that it's actually installing the same packages, creating a minimum kernel, like a pre-work, pre-stage environment where you want to be able to actually work in your actual distribution. It seems like a baby installation or the pre-installation of a baby environment to go for the real environment and then eventually get your completion. If you ever run the script of of the exercise of running Linux from scratch, just that is a very manual process. This is something similar. It does similar things but uses the magic of the bootstrap, so it saves you a lot of trouble. And you can see the packages, apt, the base, the package manager, bash, bsd util, core utils, dash, devcom, so on and so forth, div utils, d package, so on and so forth. It's to me gcc, grep, gzip, hostname, blah blah blah, all the libraries. It's just kind of like Linux from scratch but on steroids. It helps you to automate and move a lot faster, which is great. So this is actually doing his work to the pre-environment. Once he finishes script number 2, it's going to put us in a root environment where we'll be able to run the script number 3, the one we just edited with the live user. And then it's going to have the environment variables for the script that we set up, the hostname. So the hostname might change a little bit, and once it runs, it's going to be able to do, at the end of script number 3, we'll be able to actually do the installation of Podman, and that's going to be embedded and buried into the LiveCD Debian image that we want to have. So that's going to be pretty cool if you're able to exit, because it's going to run out of the same operating system. You're not going to be using extra memory running Podman because it's part of the same memory you assign to your virtual machine. That's pretty cool. In that respect, it's going to be much more efficient. Here we are in the system. We can see the script 03 is the one we edited, and we'll go ahead and run it. And you can of course change any of the other prefix 03 scripts. They all have just about the same, just the mileage vary because it changes the window manager or whatever environment you have. That's about it. It's very agnostic, very generic. So here we go. It's going to run script number 3 now within the root environment, building our system, preparing our system to get things actually working correctly. What this is doing, the install, we can see some of the things eventually having slightly changed, some kind of little warnings, especially when /proc. Let's remember, at the end of the script, we want to have a LiveCD that runs merely out of RAM. It's compressed. It's an ISO image that runs decompressed and runs on RAM, and all the processes and programs are going to be running from there. In that respect, it's going to be very secure because almost like immutable Linux. It's just actually build it from the root device and directly into RAM. So something similar, not quite. I remember back in the day, Nopix was the king of the LiveCD Linux distribution. So something similar. It's just been evolving, and in this case, you can build your own one with your own Debian, your own packages, your own X environment or whatnot, what packages or thing. The beauty about this one is going to let you run Podman behind the scenes, and automatically it's going to be able to run, of course, as long as you have some RAM and some CPUs, you'll be able to run as many containers or pods as you need. This is actually now building the script. As me for my layout, it's actually making a really good paste. It's actually coming back and getting ready to actually there. It's going to create a user. It's going to ask me for the root password at the end. Of course, you can put whatever root password you want. I want to type my own one, and it's always something that is going to be a scratch anyway. It doesn't really matter what I add as a root password. This is just a kind of throwaway exercise for this video only, so no worries here. It's not going to be on the screen anyway. So it's actually going on the packages and getting ready for prompting for my root password, and At that time, the live user with the live password is already going to be created. In this case, you can of course put whatever user you want, whichever password you want. It just matter to edit the file number 3. That's us. That's your distribution. That's your files. That's your rules. So you're in power. But in this case, for the scope of this demonstration, this is fine. And is getting the clean, getting the certs, getting everything ready. And the fonts, the cache, the locales, and it's actually getting there, setting up some of the last libraries, certificates, and here we go. I got my password, so what I want to do now is actually going to borrow some of the app install. Of course, I have the package manager up to date, and I can app install. That's why Podman, fuse-overlayfs, and podman-compose. And here we go. This is the part that's adding to the LiveCD, the extra packages. As you can see, it's kind of downloading what it needs. If you needed some extra packages or some extra dependencies or whatnot, some other programs, this is the time where actually you can customize and add it using the package manager. I'm more inclined to like more the package manager more than snaps. I hope I learned that actually Debian is moving to snaps. Hopefully the Debian package manager, just the packages agnostically stay and prevail, but seems like they want to get more agility. Hopefully not. Debian is a very respected distribution. I like the solid or the the packages, but I don't know. I guess time will tell us if it's gonna go that direction or not. Something on /proc on the mountain, maybe something needs to be added to overcome that systemd, which is actually recording /proc or something. So here we go. I'm probably gonna run this exercise sometimes in another distros like Dev1 as well. That doesn't have systemd. That shouldn't have this kind of proc for systemd temp files. Anyway, here we go. We had Podman, as you can see. I can have some packages installed. So podman-compose. I'm good with these settings. I can exit my shell root environment, and I can do my script number 4, and it's going to create the squash file system, which is actually creating and compressing everything on the live image. It's in this path: home, DenOS liveboot, DenOS image live file system, squash. And once we finish that, it takes a little bit of time to get until 30%, and from there it just jumped from 30 to about 85 or 90, and then eventually finish very quickly. And that's actually the only task or the only job of script number 4. Script number 5, what it's going to do is actually take this output of the squash file system and create a bootable ISO image, which is the beauty of the whole thing. And ultimately that we can actually demonstrate actually was able to generate the Debian with Podman, and in this case the script number 3 define the live user with a password. We will be able to connect and run some containers directly running Podman right off the bat. That's going to be the ultimate goal. And of course everything that you can see is live. Nothing's been edited, so eventually you can reproduce it to the dot exactly with the same things. And anyway, at the end of the day is build something useful, build something that actually works for you, build something that is actually help you move in technology, move with Linux and the agility of containerization. I'm looking to do some kind of future videos including containers with AI and some of the newer things that actually done some of those for end-to-end, but I like to get into some of the cloud things, eventually getting assistance or something. But I do like privacy, I do like security, and I do believe containerize is going to be a good way to do things safely, even though some challenges in terms of the data privacy. Just food for thought. But anyway, this is actually part of the beauty of technology, right? We learn, we improve, we get better, and we continue learning. Never stop learning. That's the whole goal. We're about 44% right now on the creation of the image. Here we go. Start kind of going a little faster. I expect to be a little jump fairly quickly, and yeah, once he gets the image file, the squash file system, we go ahead and jump in just to execute right there. Very straightforward. The script number 5 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's all. So here we go, 90%, and we'll be able to get a script number 5 in no time and test our image. And we're about, I don't know, 15 minutes on the video. It's 5 scripts. We did a lot considering the explanation of the things. I could have gone a little faster, but it's super amazing. Here we go. It asks us for this, do the script number 5, and let's create the ISO image. And here we go. We got it ready. Let me go ahead and copy the path, and let me go ahead and run there's nothing. Well, I'm missing something, right? Don't I? Let's get the image. Here we go. We're getting right now in C DenOS ISO, coming with a file, and there it is. Now we got it. About 600 megs, not bad at all. And let's go back here. We go to the settings on this VM, which actually has 4 gigs, 2 processors. Let's go ahead and add the image that we just built. Here we go, and choose that one, and OK. And let's put the environment. One more thing. I think, if I remember correctly, the network is bridge. Okay, cool. So we can actually boot it. All the containers are going to be accessible, and then we should be able to get it right there on first plane. It's booting. Look how fast it's going to boot. Look how fast it's going to actually do the initialization of the whole system. It's not taking about 30 seconds or something. I can put probably more. It's available. It's up and running, so I can do. Did it correctly? Let me see. Hope it did. I hope it did. Let's see. Okay, something changed on that password. Let's go ahead and change it real quick. I guess the snippet didn't do it, or kind of copy. I need to check the last script. Well, okay. Oh. That's not localhost. That's not localhost. Hang on. I know what. The IP is 148. My bad. That's a goof off. Okay, my bad. It's live demo, right? It's live demo. This is not 127. Yeah. Now we're cooking. Okay. So, my bad. It was actually it was not an added. It was not an added box. It was breach. So anyway, we have a Debian host right now, and let's go back and what we were trying to do, the whole purpose of the video. Let's say we wanna do, say Ubuntu, one Ubuntu. Sure, why not? Podman run. Some of the permissions right here on the user and into the group. Anyway, right now we have a that's Ubuntu. That's the Ubuntu running in a podman container. And then, in this case, I don't have a htop. Apt install htop. And then it's going to actually go ahead and run it htop or whatever application we want to move into, right? Here we go. If I exit, I can go ahead and run now an Alpine Linux. This one is an Alpine Docker containers. Come back for everything. And there's the Alpine. Likewise, so you ought to do some kind of CentOS. He goes there and gets some YIO, CentOS, and eventually runs my shell, does me a shell for CentOS. And if I exit from that environment, I'm back to my Debian GNU Trixie. Of course, I can run Rocky, Fedora, you name it. But anyway, hopefully you get the idea. That's what I wanted to show you. Guys, you'll be able to run the scripts, install Podman running free in RAM. 640 megs, it can beat that. If you got some kind of live USB, an old machine, 1 gig of RAM, you'll be able to run containers and Podman, everything, multiple distributions simultaneously. So great tool, great script. Just want to go ahead and throw it out there. Happy 2026. We're just passing happy Mardi Gras for Fat Tuesday, everybody. Thank you guys, and hopefully you enjoy the video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and have a great first quarter of the year. Thank you.